High above the city, the crow flies, circling in the night. See a red sports car racing down the street, hurtling. And that's where the case begins. Begins with the car crash. But before that, I'm Mark, Cthulhu Kid. I am your MC for this evening. Welcome to TTRP Theatre. This is the first time we're back since, November? We're starting a new case today. What's it called? I can't remember. Carnival of Machines. With us tonight are the normal crew. We will start with Chris. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I am Chris Uboh, musician extraordinaire, and just overall lovely being. And I am playing Vivian Tuesday, the city's librarian.
Thank you very much. What's Vivian been up to then, since we last saw her?
Since Vivian kind of sat out the last case, she has been trying to deal with the trauma of the others and kind of be a friend to everyone who's a member of our little group of misfits. Sometimes through subtle means like enjoying a nice glass of wine and a herbal smoke in the evening. Other times by letting drunk detectives break into their apartment, and other times by leaving cigarette butts lying around, or self-help books.
And we'll go on to Izzy. Izzy, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey, my name is Izzy Skirmish, and I am playing Orville Rickenbacker. Postman, gone postal. Completely uncaring for the world, and in fact, probably hates it more than most people does. Over the last couple of weeks, months, Orville has been on a bit of a spree. Around the city, there has been a lot of mysterious fires being set. Dumpsters, trash cans, various dilapidated cars, some small parts of larger businesses. And on the wall of Orville's apartment currently is, from ceiling to floor, cutouts of newspaper articles, all saying that there may be an arson on the loose in the city, but no one is able to describe who it is or the method of which they are setting these fires, despite the fact that every single one of them has happened in broad daylight in populated areas. Some physical changes of Orville include his butterfly tattoo that he got on the previous case is now completely scabbed over and obviously infected. And he has burn marks down his arm.
Thank you very much. We'll go on to Tim. Usual questions. There you go.
Hello, I'm Tim. I appear here on TTBR Theater quite often, so you'll find me here, but I am playing Dr. Elwood Green. He is the... I don't know how to explain his current state of mind, but he is the professor that has gone a little AWOL. Gone a little off the deep end right now. After the incident with at the opera house and stuff, he's kind of become a very big recluse in his house. Hasn't hardly left it, only when forced to by work, and even there he's been disruptive. In fact, they got him on a temporary leave right now. but he's basically been holed up in his home. If people came to visit him, he will at least be polite, but he's been kind of a shut-in. His appearance has changed drastically to, well, not drastically. Instead of his much greener, flowery disposition, it's taken on a much darker, more vines have been included and so forth. And it just darker looking in general as far as what he used to be.
Excellent.
So,
Then Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Snow, and I'm playing Jen McGuire, problematic detective. Since the last time, since the incident at the Opera House with the death of Martha, she took that very hard. Of course, the effects of the night itself took their toll, but also she realized that if she had thrown her phone at Martha, maybe that would have been enough to save her life and maybe spare Orville of suffering. So she felt incredible guilt and shame. She kind of bottomed out with the booze and the drugs, and one night broke into the office of Dr. Kenneth Green, a therapist that she threatened at the beginning of the last case at 2 a.m., crying. And because he happens to be the nicest man who's ever lived, he took her on as a patient. So she has been seeing Dr. Green for a while, and she started to make some changes in her life. She's not exactly fixed, but she's bought some plants for her home / office / bedroom / toilet. She has stopped doing drugs. She's still drinking. She's, if anything, drinking more, but she has stopped taking all of the drugs, and she's actually made attempts to apologize for previous behaviors that she has done, whilst also trying to take on cases in her work as a detective that aren't necessarily as morally grey or even outright evil as they used to be. She's trying to take on cases where there is some kind of moral good. She is trying to do better right now. That's where she's at. So she's quite screwed up still, but she's trying to do something about it now instead of just accepting it and wallowing in it.
Thank you. And last but not least, Marilyn Monroe.
Hey everybody, I use a bunch of different names. One of them is Pope Uncommon the Dainty, and I use a bunch of pronouns. One of them is EMR. I'm playing your resident activist wheelchair-using witch, Vanessa Milstead, who uses she/her pronouns. And since the funeral, because Vanessa wasn't actually present for the climax at the opera, she has been leaning more heavily into the connections, the few connections she has that she is uncomplicatedly close to, which has no doubt surprised Flotsam Jetsam quite a bit, as she is suddenly inviting them over to her hovel to sit around and smoke and talk. She never quite says anything explicit to them, but many of her words and sentences are heavy with meaning that they just probably don't understand, as they're not even putting two and two together. I'm imagining Viv was a little bit less surprised by the calls that Vanessa would make to hang out from time to time, and that Vanessa was a little bit more forthcoming with Viv, trying to build all three of those into more nourishing relationships, as well as also using her thalassomantic powers to brew up strange and new seawater-based alcohols to offer to Jen to drink and bond over as well, often expressing the not having been present to Jen, but never going into details. The garden of clients she has had to rake over the coals at her dock warehouse lair has grown considerably, as despite all of this, she has become much stricter in her contracts, much more eager to punish those who are not fulfilling their end of the deal and the bargain that they have made. A couple of them, maybe 4 or 5 of them, one every couple of weeks, have some sort of connection to the botany department in the university, as she has caught wind that they are not looking at Elwood Green too lightly, and worked to protect him. One of them is someone who witnessed a fire starting, and another is the officer who interviewed her.
Thank you. So as I said, the case begins with a car crash. But before the case begins, you're all meeting each other. Don't know if it's the first time or it's been, if you meet regularly. And then once since the incident in the opera, at the corner of 5th and Pine, Rondo's Diner. Who's there first?
I think weirdly
Dr.
it might
Green
actually
can-
be Vanessa.
Oh,
What time are we meeting around?
Let's say 8 p.m.
I would think that Vivian would be pretty early.
Jenna arrives 20 minutes late.
Hey, Vivian, what do you say we met up beforehand and you helped Vanessa get to the diner?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
So one of you describe the diner to me, please.
I would say it's a like cozy corner diner, a bit of like mahogany wooding, maybe. These like wooden panels, these little typical like in the movie, these diner booths. Kind of like bistro vibes a bit when you go further in. And just like a very regular glass counter. You can see into the kitchen.
What sort of food do they serve, Vanessa?
They are serving a strange blend of Indian food and Japanese food in a gastropub style.
You get in, you take your seats. Who was it all there already? Vivian, Vanessa, and Dr. Green?
Dr. Green would show up on time. So if it was 8 o'clock, he'd be there at 8 o'clock.
Before leaving the house, Dr. Green, a little paw taps on you. You got any money? I just need a couple of quid.
Here, hands him a 10.
Stinky bastard. I'll see you later on. And he hops
Yeah.
off, disappears into the darkness.
I'll just put it on your tab, as long with the damn vegetables you keep eating. And he wanders to the cafe. The smell of curry and Chinese and sushi, I think is what we said here.
Yeah.
It's just not what I want to smell. But he wanders in because his companions are there. And it's been a long time since he's actually talked to somebody who was there.
So
You'll see them and go sit by him.
I'm telling you that supposedly the tandoori dragon rolls are the best in town.
You
have
keep
to try.
saying that.
I've been reading up on this place. It's supposedly very interesting. It sounds strange, but they supposedly serve the best sweet and sour chicken tikka.
Sweet and sour chicken tikka does sound delicious.
Orville, Jen, who arrives next?
Oh, are you saying I've arrived?
I'm asking who arrives next, Orville or Jen?
I don't think there's a world where Orville shows up not last.
Yeah, Jen arrives 20 minutes late, so Orville you'd probably arrive after me by the sounds of things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Not on
Jen walks
purpose.
in. Jen walks in, sits down. Sorry, I'm late. Trying to work on that. I've been talking to some people, and they've told me that lateness can be a sign of disrespect, that you don't value and care for the people or their time. I want to say that I value your time. And she unfurls a little bit of paper from her pocket and starts reading from it. And I want to make it known that I value our relationship, and I feel that we are both valuable. And then she puts it back in her pocket.
Vanessa laughs, shakes her head, and pushes the coffee cup, which already smells of strange booze potion, in Jen's direction.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. This stuff is unbearable. If they do the work, I'm doing the work, and it sucks. It makes me such a bummer.
That still won't bring back my cashmere.
Jen, what does the waiter or waitress look like?
I imagine that they're like a college kid. Like a sort of woman, maybe 20. Probably disinterested, probably took the job because she needed something and she couldn't find anywhere else of doing it. So she's just there, like, at this point, not even trying for tips. She's just trying to get through the shift.
She rolls her eyes as you come up to the table. What can I get you?
Well, Jen looks at the menu and is just like, I mean, pick one. Pick one thing. That's.
They don't pay me enough to pick for you. Just tell me what you want, please.
I mean, the menu is like clearly trying to do lots of things. Just pick one thing and stick with it, is what I would say. Wait,
I'll have a pitcher of water. Just water, please.
Can I have a beer?
Water it is. Stingy bastard. Sorry.
Biryani natto roll with the durian wasabi sauce, and might as well give us a bowl of the Japanese curried udon for the less adventurous amongst us.
Okay.
Can I have a beer?
And at this point, Orville comes in the door. Orville, what happened to you on the way to the cafe?
On the way to the cafe.
Or the diner.
Orville,
Yeah.
Whatever it is. The diner cafe. On the way there, Orville ran into a group of teens, and normally they just mercifully just make fun of him and take his money. But this time, as they were making fun of them, one of them came up from behind him and kicked him in the back of the knee as hard as they could to put him to the ground, and they all just started going through his pockets. They stole all of his cigarette butts. He has a noticeable black eye of someone who has clearly kicked him in the face. They've gotten a little more violent lately.
Did Orville hit back?
What's that?
Did Orville hit back?
No. Orville did not. He just let it happen.
Orville, you've been noticing this a lot more. Since the opera. You know, everyone will have noticed it. But you've been a little bit more attuned to it. Crime has been... not just crime, but aggression has been on the rise. You know, there's little things. There's much more. You know, you notice when you're on the bus, the road rage, or you're driving the post truck. There's a lot less patience. There's a lot less understanding for other people. You see parents screaming at their kids every day. You hear of people quitting or being fired. Screams and shouts. Not one of you has a neighbour where you don't hear them having some sort of altercation at some point.
As Orville walks into the diner, he cuts off one of the busboys from getting back into the kitchen, and he grabs the tray of dirty dishes that he has picked up and brings it to the table.
Hey,
with
the
him.
fuck?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You see the eyes just kind of glaze over a second. Not my fucking business.
Yep.
And walks
None of your
into the
business.
kitchen.
Keep walking. Orville sits down at the table and takes out what looks to be at first a giant wad of chewing gum, but on further inspection is just a bunch of cigarette filters that he is munching on. And he places it on the table and starts to drink whatever dregs are from the busboy's bin.
Dude.
Dude.
Do you need
What?
help?
Are you all right, Orville?
No, I've helped myself. That's what this is.
This whole thing raises so many questions.
Yes, it does.
Vanessa will dig through her purse for a little vial and put it in front of Orville. They'll help keep everything down.
Thanks. He takes it, drinks it. Why did you guys drag me out here?
Well, to catch up. Because, we all went through something. And
Did we?
Thank
Hey,
you,
you-
by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I can confidently say that some of us went through things. Others got shielded from.
Are you trying to suggest that what happened didn't affect you? Because, you've shown up with a black eye and you're clearly eating cigarette butts.
To
Yeah.
be fair, that's not new, really. That's
I'm
Okay.
merely suggesting that the world's healing in its own way. And some of us are taking it better than others.
But have you seen the news and other things lately? It's more like festering.
I mean,
Yeah.
an infection has to get hot before it heals.
I don't know.
That's not medically correct.
I've recently been reading up that there are a lot of natural herbs and mushrooms, as an example, that have various effects on healing the body in general. So
Well, yeah. That was probably some nice research you've been reading.
yeah,
Jen,
some of it was.
I would like you to give me an investigate roll, please.
Okay. Gonna add some tags, I guess. I was a former cop.
Yeah, vigilant.
Vigilant. Expert amoral investigation.
No,
I think that's-
you're not getting that one.
Okay. I think that's
The insight wisdom of heroes,
Okay.
spotting the unseen. I think
Spotting
that's
the unseen.
4.
So that gives me 4. Okay, investigate. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh, I pressed it twice.
Was the first, okay, we'll take the first one.
Oh, the first one went dynamite.
Yes, it did. You hear a rumbling, a roar of a car. For some reason your mind picks out. By the way, sorry, someone's got their mic on, and I can hear everyone. Hey, thank you. Sorry. You hear this roar of an engine. Your ears kind of pick it up.
Can I tell
At
if
the
it's heading
corner of your
towards the cafe, or can I tell where it's going?
Yeah, Pine is a long road, and you see this car hurtling down it.
Shit, people, there's a car coming, and this sounds like it's in trouble.
Does it look like it's going to? It's coming directly at the cafe.
When you all look at it, yes, it's heading down. The cafe's on the corner, and this car is speeding out, and there's people jumping out of the way of it. It's just going straight and seems to be getting faster and faster. Only have moments until...
Orville ducks under the table.
Everyone in the cafe. Hey, everyone, run to the back now!
Give me a convince roll, please.
Vanessa will say, here's hoping some of us get shielded.
Vivian would probably kind of try heading towards Vanessa to like roll her out of the way.
I think inspiring persuasion is a good tag for this one. Okay.
Yes.
Convince.
Uncharacteristically, Vanessa does not complain about Vivian taking that liberty.
Mild success.
Some of the people in the diner kind of take notice. One of them points at the window and runs. Their waitress servers just looks up, looks back down, starts taking the order of someone else who hasn't even heard. And the rumbling's now getting louder and louder. You hear a scream.
I run up to the waitress and grab her and try to drag her out the way.
Dr. Green is going to move to the forefront between the people and them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to sprout a wall of vegetation to add to blocking the truck if it comes through.
Roll me an investigate. Just before you do that.
Okay. Investigate. What can I use? Really nothing.
Just roll it straight then.
Yep.
Okay. Now roll change the game for your wall of vegetation.
All right. That's going to be a couple tags. Give me a second. And people notice, at least the crew that has seen him before, these are not like appearing from the air. A lot of the vines and stuff are like just coming out of his body.
Okay.
To form this barrier as well. Okay, so that's 2. There. And that was change the game, you said?
Yes.
Change the game. There it is. Oh, I forgot to add a disadvantage. Dang it.
No, you didn't need to. Oh, well, only if you're wanting the thing, but if you add disadvantage, you fail.
No, I don't have one that would work in this situation per se. Rooted, but good, I'm not moving about.
You don't really want to fail. However, you do get 3 juice.
Holy shit.
Yep, 3 juice. Holy shit, that's a lot of juice. What would you like to do with it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
But what can I do with 3 juice? I'm trying to remember again.
What I would say is you're trying to create a barrier. So if I was you, I would create a barrier. A story tag, sorry.
Okay, that's how it works. It's been a while for all of us. Yeah, I'll make a barrier.
Yep. So
and I don't know if they can add. Yep, power of 3.
Okay, this is all taking place in a couple of seconds. Anyone else wanting to do anything before the car
Vanessa has an action. Oh, go ahead, Biff.
Yeah, Vivian is gonna push Vanessa out of the way because as quickly as possible was one of the actions. Am I muted?
No,
you're good.
I hear you.
Okay, yeah.
We're just ignoring you.
I know. I feel invisible. No.
That's Orville's job.
Yeah. Stop stealing his thunder. Damn it.
All right. Yeah. So I don't know. That's an action, right? So I'll have to roll or.
No, that's fine. There's
okay.
Nothing to roll there.
So while Viv is doing that, Vanessa will pull light from the necklace, something that is cracked and reddish brown looking. As it slides out, she'll swallow this strange dim light, and it's the voice of the scariest thug she's harvested lately. As she roars out at the top of her lungs, "Get out!"
You can give me a convince roll then.
All right. The tags I would like to use are mind control. Speak with the right voice and they will listen. And 2 weakness tags if I can. Help my enemies, and if only I was in charge.
Why help my enemies?
Figuring that there's some people here who would hate me.
No, not giving you that.
All right. That's valid. All right. And convince, you said.
Yes, please.
All right.
You can mark that was it the fade or crack? Yeah, everyone. So your voice goes much louder than Jen's. The waitress kind of drops her the notepad, looks about and screams and runs and shouts, "Look out!" and points out the window at a couple of kids that are crossing the street as the car comes hurtling down.
Can Orville do something in this situation as well?
Orville just ducked under the table. What would you like to do, Orville?
Well, since everyone here has used multiple people here has used very obvious, not human powers, I would just like to, cover our tracks a little bit here and make it so people don't recognize that what is happening in front of them is unnatural.
Mm-hmm. The mist would take care of that for you, but yeah, you could help it along if you want.
Okay, just making sure. I'm going to use get in line, buddy. How about we table that and pain it no mind? What would this be? Change the game?
Yes, sir.
Sure thing. That's a 9.
What does this look like then? What is it you do that makes them?
Essentially, have you? It's like everyone here has their adrenaline spike to the point where their brain is no longer processing short-term memory. They know that they got up and they know that they got over there and they know what the end result is. And now their brain is just going to fill in that gap with whatever they want to believe and whatever they feel is plausible, as opposed to the real events that happened.
Sounds good. That will work partially. And we'll get to the results of that after.
Okay.
No one else is doing anything?
I don't think there's time enough to do much more.
I think that all of us have done things.
We're not stopping this car. We're going to let it happen. But
I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed.
Well, I'd like to.
My heroes.
I'd like
you could have been as you've left it a bit late now.
Yeah, I didn't really think of it. I mean, I thought about the initial response, but then I thought I've only got a few seconds. If I have time, can I try and get in between the car and the restaurant?
I will give you that chance, yes. Just to give a little bit of the super heroics that we're after.
Is it possible for me to throw some help Jen's way with my bodily transmutation power?
How would you do it?
Oh, I have already fed her a potion, so we could pin it on that. Otherwise, I will pull another vial out and throw it at her. It's a thalassomantic power.
Only if it's all right with Jen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of that.
Then you get a plus 1 power on your roll.
Okay, so I'm using the tags incredible stamina, durability, and strong body and mind. I don't think any of my other tags really fit with this. No, they don't seem to. So I've already got a power of 2. So I add a +1.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a face danger, I guess?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. I'm rolling good today.
Superb.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you needed in order to stop this car. It's coming hurtling down. You see the driver, you can see the top of the driver's head, and the car's not slowing. And Jen, what does it look like as you stop the car?
The Jen runs out of the restaurant and stands and kneels down and braces the car. And when the car is just about to hit her, she pushes on the engine and then grabs hold of it. And she summons up all of her strength in this, all of her physical mythos power is just bringing the car to an absolute stop. So the front of the engine crunches in on itself. The airbag pops, but the car is stopped.
The bodily transmutation probably appears as your lower legs and feet, like jamming tendril spike sort of situations into the concrete beneath you to make sure that you don't get pushed back.
That's rad as fuck. Thank you.
As it does, the chips of the concrete fly up into the air. Some of as the car hits, also hits into a bollard, which would have went right through the window, but smacks into Dr. Green's wall of what do you call it?
Vegetation.
Thank you very much. There we go. We even said the word before. Completely gone. Smacks into it. You hear screams from everywhere, and then the sound of the horn. And Jen, your hands are burning from the heat of this engine. You can feel the skin start to blister as you pull them away, but you stop this car and it's crumpled all up, and you're looking right in at the dead figure in the driver's seat.
He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, was he?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
Fuck, I killed him. I'm sorry, what does the passenger look like? I just made an assumption.
No, it wasn't. I said it was a dinner. Looks like so mid-30s, 40-year-old man. You can't see his face. Starting to get a bald spot at the back, so you can't even tell he's mid-30s. Because forget I said that. It could be 100. You do not know. The car's a very expensive one. He looks very smartly dressed from what you can see.
Okay, well, I guess Jen, I would go around and rip the door off and try and pull him out.
You're able to, still with the adrenaline boost from before, the door rips off its hinges, falls to the ground. Someone else screams again as they see it.
I just yell
It
at
starts to
them.
rain.
I just yell at them. You call the cops. Specifically you.
Okay.
Vivian runs out, says, Jen, for Christ's sake, don't destroy the crime scene.
He could
act
still
like
be alive.
You both act like the cops are going to do anything helpful. Let me see him.
Everybody all right?
I pull him out of the car and lie him on the ground.
Yeah, so it's mid-30s, 40s, Asian-looking man. Very well dressed. Face looks kind of peaceful.
Quick life science check, like, you know, hand to the mouth, the neck, etc., etc., etc.
Vanessa, since you are who you are, give me an investigate roll, please.
Okay. Let's see what tags here. None of those, I don't think. Would bodily transmutation work?
No, but benthic potions might.
I think it's my broad one is benthic potions.
Yeah, take benthic potions. Boom.
Or unfortunate souls,
No.
which no one wants to admit they visit.
No. Let me see. Nope, only that one then.
Okay.
I
And
thought there'd be more.
It was investigate, yeah?
Investigate, yes, please.
Oh,
One clue. Well, my big question is, are they alive?
But no, that's you could tell that without having to roll for it. No, they are very much dead. However, something catches your attention. A slight scent of... You think you recognize it, but you're not sure. Coming from the lips.
What is that? It, like, is leaning dangerously far forward, possibly causing Vivian to like have to hold tightly on the handles to sniff at the lips. What is that?
It's a poison. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's definitely a poison.
Elwood. He's been poisoned. I can't place the scent.
Let me look. And he wanders over, stoops down. He will investigate if possible. If it's planned.
You can take a +1 since you know you're looking for poison.
All right. He's also going to use his traditional medicine. I don't know if a botany or plant pharmaceutical might help because if it's a plant base, it would increase. Okay. So then all three of those plus, so he's a +4.
And do you have any weaknesses you want to include?
I don't think any that would apply at this time. Not because he's using all on the one card, and the weakness wouldn't apply from that card.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, this poison is not exactly...
He reaches his hand down and licks it. Yeah.
No, please tell me he didn't like it.
He has detoxification, doesn't he? Or wouldn't that apply?
Yeah,
No,
no,
he would
I think,
take-
no, I think, yeah, no. Dr. Green could do so, yes.
If he knows what it is, he would, you know.
Does he actually just say yeah? Is that literally the only thing he says?
Well, he didn't get... Yeah, it's some sort of poison. I don't know, and Mark would have to fill in more information.
Yeah. Super.
I was ready to have Vanessa like rip you a new one for just going yeah in response.
Yeah, you're right. Good work, Vanessa.
I guess Jen goes a bit former cop at this point. And he's just like, right, so...
If I know what the poison is, he may or may not analyze it more.
You can. I think one of the things Dr. Green could do is analyze it a little bit with his body. You know, if by licking it, I think that's something you'd probably potentially be able to do.
That would be. That's why I was thinking under my first expression one, where he can with his detoxification, his toxification, all that stuff.
No, definitely that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so you get 4 clues. I think the first one you're going to know is what it is.
Yep.
It is from a very rare plant called Martha's Tears.
Ooh.
When you put it to your tongue, you feel a slight burn. But yeah, it's not something you've ever seen. Yeah, it's not something you've ever seen in the wild. But you do know that it's very rare. It's been used a handful of times for assassination throughout history. It has a quite notorious background to it. But you've not heard of anyone knowing about the plant, knowing where the plant is in the last 50 years or so.
Okay, so that's the plant. And you gave me the how long ago it would have been known. Where is it? Since I have 3 remaining questions to investigate with.
Remaining questions.
Huh?
2 remaining questions.
I'm just saying how many I can ask is the thing.
Yeah, two, another 2. 4 in total, so another 2.
Okay. I will have to I'm just going to mark down I have 2 questions because I can't think of anything direct right now. But he would inform
where it came from, or
where it came from or where it's known to originate would not necessarily apply to who had it.
That's true. But being able to get it for a plant that's not been seen in 50 years. But anyway, no, your questions.
Yep,
don't let me.
Was going to share information and see if any, then work from there.
For that, Orville, you are behind the table. You have seen to this spike, and as you did so, you had the little feeling, so it's like a tiny drop of what happened at the opera. You know, they had this adrenaline spike, and just a little bit more, and you could tell it would have become violent. You pushed yourself, you pushed so much. And under the table, you see chewing gum stuck. Ooh. Some of it fairly fresh.
Starts scraping it off.
God damn it, Orville.
Like Orville will poke his head out and take a look at the aftermath of all the scenes. He'll look at the people and contemplate how fun it would be if he just pushed a little harder before turning over to the group and asking, does he have anything in his pockets?
Good idea. Jen's going to go a bit cop and just start looking for some ID and stuff.
And Elwood's going to be pacing. He's thinking about stuff. Where does this poison come from? And who might be in town that could possibly be growing it, or because it would have to be or process it.
The poison comes from Mount
I got
Olympus
a little lost in sorry. I was going to ask if Elwood had said if it was a poison or not.
Yes, he had told it was a poison earlier and that it was likely came from this plant. Yeah, it's
so Vanessa's going to ask
Martha's tears, and it's this known poison. He would have given all that information Martha said earlier.
So Vanessa's going to ask you, how long does it take to affect someone?
Not very long.
It depends on the dose. It depends how it's administered.
This would be common medical knowledge he might have.
No, I wouldn't say it's common. It's not something that comes up very often. It's something that you are able to be able to work out, maybe. And seeing as you got it from the lips, that it probably didn't take all that long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Worked directly onto the nervous system. And once it had worked in, that was it.
Okay, that seems long for an assassination poison.
So, guy poisoned.
No, if the assassin wants to get away.
Hmm?
You can hear sirens in the distance, so Jen, you can give me an investigation roll to see what you can find in the pockets.
Okay, so I think former cop comes into play. So I know what to look for. I think that's about it. Would Vigilant work here? No, not Vigilant probably wouldn't work here. No, that'll do. Investigate. Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, right. You find his wallet very quickly. The guy's name is, and I was working out how to pronounce this and I kept forgetting, because there's several different ways you can. David Nguyen. Vietnamese name. He,
how do you spell that?
You reckon, Nguyen.
Nguyen.
Vivian, You can give me a Beyond the Mist roll, if you like, on the cinematic moves. Is it Beyond the... No? No, then you can just give me an Investigate, but what you do is you use your... I think you use your Logos. Is it, or Mythos?
My
The power.
Mythos?
Yeah. So how many Mythos do you have?
I don't have any because I didn't really play that much last round.
But you still have Mythos, otherwise you wouldn't be a Rift.
Oh, yeah. Right.
How many of the purple cards do you have?
1.
Right, so roll Investigate with power of 1.
With power of 1?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Why can't I adapt that?
Yeah. Let's go +1.
It won't let me. I'll just... 1 second. There we go. And investigate.
You get the feeling that this wasn't a sleeper. This was a rift.
All right.
Vanessa's gonna. Okay.
No, you go.
Vanessa's gonna suddenly rip herself out of Vivian's hands and roll over to the open car door to peek her head in, she's looking for cans, bottles, cups, anything like that in the car.
Nothing. The car is immaculate. You don't see anything like that at all. There's not even much dust in it. The guy obviously took care of it.
Crumbs, food wrappers.
Nothing at all. Jen, the wallet. In the wallet, you see so driver's license, some money in there, and there are a couple of pictures of women.
Okay. It says that I get a clue for every power, and I had one power with that. So can I ask one question?
Yeah, you go.
Is he connected to anything to do with City Hall and politics in the city? From what I can see.
No. No, not as far as you know. You see a business card in there. There's some kind of high-flying executive at a place called Orimaka Finance.
Okameya's Finance.
Who is not near the car? That would be Orville.
Orville.
Orville, give me an investigate, please.
Sure thing.
What is it, investigate? Yeah.
I'm just taking a quick look to see if I have anything. Would find a penny work here?
Yes.
And I think that's about it. Investigate. 11.
As you're looking out, you just shouted out to check what's in the guy's pockets. See a woman who's not like the others, kind of cowering away. She's looking very intently towards what they're all doing. She's got blonde hair, fairly young.
Does she seem to be able to recognize what we've been doing? Is she more than...
She seems very intent on what they're doing. And then she looks at you and you see her mouth. Shit. And she turns and runs.
Okay. Orville is like positionally, where is she to the crowd of people?
She was like at the very edge of the crowd, off to, so if you're in the restaurant, it's at the corner, off to the right.
Okay. And how close are the cops, by the way? If we heard
The
sirens.
cops are now very close. They're coming from the other way.
Okay, so Orville's gonna take all this into account, and he's gonna have a little fun here, and hopefully stop her as well. Orville is going to go into his little fanny pack that he has started to wear and pull out a.
Okay, you do know saying fanny pack to British people is just wrong, man.
Okay,
that's just wrong.
I'm American.
That just sounds like vagina pouch to us. That's what it is.
I don't know what they call it over there.
Bum bag.
Sure, whatever that.
Not much better.
Fucking awful. Sorry. Right, get your fanny pack out when you go.
Yep, he grabs out his fanny. Colloquialisms. He pulls out a bit of butane, and he's going to squirt it on the chair that he was sitting on before.
Okay.
And he's going to light it on fire. And then he's going to reach out to everyone and try to start essentially he wants to start a mosh pit inside this place. He wants a full out Donnybrook.
Okay. God damn, man. Almost went dark.
I'm going to use the tags I am the fire starter.
Yeah.
It's a ballroom blitz.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the weakness tag, please don't see through me.
Yeah.
And that'll be it, I think. Yeah, I think that's
you have no power tags, and that's a crew theme, never mind. Yeah, I have to see. Yeah, okay. Then give me a roll, change the game.
Please be good. 13.
Very good. Describe what happens then.
There's a old saying about an old thing about a show called The Boondocks, where if you throw a chair, a fight immediately starts. Well, Orville lights a chair on fire and just throws it into this crowd of people. And it causes immediate panic. Someone gets decked in the head. The place is starting to go up in flames. Everyone is trying to get to an exit. No one cares about the other person. It's just about them. And I have the ultimate goal of this blocking the exit for the person who is trying to escape my...
Sorry, she was out on the street.
Oh, okay. Well...
So you just started a fire in the restaurant?
Yeah. I thought she was in the restaurant with me.
Okay, no, you can retcon that and say you're doing something outside if you want.
I throw the chair outside and I have everyone run. Now let's keep all that the same, but instead everyone is rushing out and crowding the sidewalk.
Okay.
And trying to, I'm essentially trying to create a scene of panic that will lock everyone in once the cops arrive. So this way,
and the cops arrive just as that's happening.
Yeah. So no one's allowed to
panic.
leave at this point.
Cop cars coming from two sides. All of your friends are around the body in the car with the door ripped off.
Well, Vanessa is technically a criminal and is going to try to get the fuck away before the cops actually see her.
Yeah, I can help with that because I'm a former cop, so I might be able to run some kind of distraction, get their attention, be like, hey, former police officer here, here's the scene, and start trying to explain things to police officers to give Vanessa cover to leave.
Thank you.
Then I want to sneak around Vanessa with you can have a +1 to your power for it.
For the other one? Okay. Let's see, what tags can I apply?
Up to +2 because of the chaos. Oh no, because he was wanting to no one be able to leave. So no, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I throw in if you think I'm someone else? So just kind of look inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Mind control to cloud the minds of men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, that worked. Bodily potions or bodily transmutation seems awkward to use.
No, not for this one. Yeah.
Yeah. he threw us away because she sees herself as essentially disposable?
No, because then it would. I mean, as a weakness, do you mean? Or,
I know that's a power tag.
No, because that would be make you less likely to want to get away.
Okay.
If disposable.
I kind of want to throw in good help is hard to find, but which is a weakness tag. But maybe I won't insult Jen that way. Sneak around, you said, right?
Yes, please. There we go.
Yes. It's been a while.
This fiery chair that's hit into the crowd and people screaming and starting fighting with each other. The police arrive and everything's in disarray. Jen walks out and starts to speak to one of the officers. Yeah.
I also get a clue because I have the stalker improvement.
Ooh. You see this blonde-haired woman. As she's running away, this fight breaks out, and you see she slips in between the so holes within the groups of people. Some holes look too big, some holes look too small. Somehow she's able to get through and get past them.
So
and
thank you. While everything's going on, I'm going to try to chase her.
Okay, that will be difficult, but doable. So, I'm sorry, I'm just checking her stats. You're going after her. Then I want go toe to toe, please, because she's noticed that you've all noticed her.
All right. Toto, and this is just representing the chase, the physical
Yes.
chase?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Can I... So I also have the... Go for the jugular move, which lets me always have a clear opening as long as the powers from that card can affect the person. And I have mind control. So I think it's been a while since I played, so I don't know if go for the jugular would actually help, or hit it with all I've got would actually help. But it sounds like it might if I just try to bash her over the head with mind control.
He's too well. Mind control's not going to work on him.
Okay. Bodily transformation to speed myself up.
Give yourself yeah. Let's say you've got several potions or things that you can get in a rush. So yeah, that's fine.
We can help for poor unfortunate souls.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
Maybe the
I could
people in
try
the
to
crowd
argue
somehow
for-
stumble in our way.
What was that?
Maybe the people in the crowd stumble in our way or something.
Well, if I yell at who we can help, could I throw in eye for a bargain or which no one wants to admit visiting?
No.
Okay.
That was really fit.
Drop that away. And it was, what was it? It was go toe to toe, was it?
Yes. You do this, and as you do, one of the wheels on your wheelchair is suddenly smaller than another, than the other one on the other side. Roll face danger, please. You can take the bodily transformation because you already did for your arm.
All right. So bodily transformation is the only one that can help. I'll argue again for he threw us away because part of why he threw us away was because I'm disabled.
No, that wouldn't help you with this though.
Okay. I think
Or
that's
like, you know, I mean, how do you think it would help you?
I'm saying because it represents, in part, represents her disability and ability to handle herself, be self-sufficient without having the support system that her rich daddy would have allowed her.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Is there a weakness tag just because I'm going to be an experience hog? No, I don't think so. Face danger.
Yes, please.
Succeeded with a 10.
There we go. You fall. You were going, you were trying to go quite fast there, and going through this crowd of people, and suddenly this one wheel gets smaller than the other, so the right kind of topple off to the side, and you put your arm out, and you think, if you'd just been a little bit off, you might have broken your arm, but somehow you managed to just get it onto something soft and cushion your fall like that, and she's gone. Others start trying to help you up. Someone kicks at your wheelchair because they're still in a bit of a rage.
I take note of their face so I can take revenge later. And go and try to extricate myself from the Good Samaritans as quickly as possible. Go back to hiding from the cops and relinquish the spotlight.
Who's up next? What are the rest of you doing while Vanessa chases this unknown person and Jen starts talking to the police?
I'm assuming this all happened in a matter of minutes or seconds.
Yes.
Dr. Green was standing there just kind of watching. He's fairly tall. So he would have seen Vanessa go over.
Mm-hmm.
And he would make his way over there to see if she's okay. And if nothing else, he would assist her in getting away. Assuming here, I'm making the assumption her wheelchair is still with one wheel too short on the one side.
Yes.
You will see her start to snap at you for taking that liberty, and then.
Oh no, he's coming up and he's going to be asking, but I'm letting.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Vanessa? Do you need some help? You want it? Let's ask it.
It's not moving as well as it should, so I guess I have to.
He will, if you make me roll, but he'll summon something to fulfill the size of the wheels so it at least is equal size as the other one.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. You don't need to roll for that.
And then offer, are you all right if I take you away?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, and he'll wheel her at least away from the police. Where do you want to go?
Somewhere
you do not particularly like the police, so wherever.
Somewhere we can see but not be seen. We've got friends there.
How tall are the buildings nearby, Mark?
It's downtown, so there may be 4 or 5 stories for the most part.
We'll go down a back alley, some up behind the building. Now hold on, and Dr. Green is going to use his adaptation powers and shoot his arms, which are now going to be large vines, up to the roof, and then try to pull both of them up to the roof. Without that, since I only got those 2, that should be fine. Oh, I forgot to clear my last one, so that was way too many checkboxes. And that would be changed the game when it's that power, Mark?
Yes, please. So what does this look like then?
Literally, he reaches his hands. He transforms into like this viney creature, almost tentacles-like, wraps it around her chair cautiously, says, hold on, and then shoots his arms up to the ceiling. I mean, to the rooftop edge, and pulls him to the roof. Dispenses her gently onto the roof and then moves himself back to his more normal shape.
Yeah.
Will this be a place to watch from? And rolls her to the edge of the building where they could
Then
see
pushes
over.
Splashes some liquid from her purse on her hand and then dabs it on her eyes. Yeah, I can see from here.
Are you all right from your fall? Do you need any healing or
Literally just waves you after questions. Doesn't even say anything.
He steps back and watches also then.
Vivian, Orville, what are you doing? The police have arrived. Jen is talking to them.
Vivian would kind of like to have a bit of a unsuspicious look at the car that the guy was driving. Maybe
So inside or outside?
Just like since the driver's seat door is open, kind of like, peering inside and just looking to see if there's anything on the seats or
Vanessa had already done that. There was nothing there, so I'm not going to make
there was nothing
for
there.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
nothing there. This was an immaculately clean car. Very well, a sports car, very upmarket.
Anything like inside of like inside of the seats, maybe like, in those folds where the two parts meet up together?
If you're going to want to check for that, I'm going to want to investigate at a -2 because the police are right there.
Okay. Right.
Would the distraction of an entire fighting crowd plus a on fire coffee shop give him a plus to this?
3 police cars arrived. There are people dealing with all of it. You also hear a fire engine on its way.
I will point out, as Tim mentioned in chat, that Jen is just actively distracting the cops.
Yes, some of the cops. There's quite a few there.
Well. Okay. Let's
Roll
see.
for me.
Give me a second. And investigate, right?
Yeah, I'm letting you have to investigate for this.
Yeah.
If we sneak around there, yeah.
I missed, so you can invoke a punishment.
Oh no, that's not a good roll.
Yeah.
Oof.
How did you get a -1?
Roll 2.
Roll -2.
Now you rolled a 2 and it's -3 on it, so
Yeah.
that's how it's a -1.
That's
How's that -3 on your roll?
Huh?
It's only been a -2, so it's a 0.
Oh, wait.
Well, that's better. Does that mean it's good now?
Wait.
Still shit.
You said -3, right?
No,
Or do you-
-2.
You said -2. Okay, you see that I get.
But it doesn't matter. Are you fucking kidding me?
A 0 -1 doesn't matter much.
No, it's yeah.
I've got dynamite twice in this so far. Like, it feels like
Yeah.
I've sucked up all the good rolls. I'm so sorry.
Excuse me,
everyone-
miss. Excuse me.
Oh,
Please stay away from the car. Can I see some ID, please?
I'm so sorry. It's just when when he fell out, my necklace fell.
Hands where I can see them.
I show my hands. I'm like, I'm really sorry. It's just my necklace fell into the car. I was just looking for it because we dragged
Your
him out.
necklace fell into the car. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Please put your hands on the vehicle.
Sir.
And the guns.
Can Jen intervene in some way using her cop stuff?
Try. Yeah.
I'd like to
Maybe
try and
convince-
I'd like to try and convince the police that Vivian's cool. So,
Officer, I'm the city librarian. I was helping this man get out of the car, and my necklace must have snagged on him because I was wearing it in the
He looks
night.
down.
And
What? The dead man?
yes,
so-
we were checking to see if he was hurt. His car.
You're getting a
basically-
minus, by the way, because Vivian does not shut up. So you're getting a -1 to this one.
Okay, I'm the only tag I could think. I've got former cop. I've got inspiring persuasion, but that doesn't feel right because that's supposed to be like for inspiring speeches and stuff.
Yeah.
Not really for this.
Yeah. Insight wisdom I would give you.
Insight wisdom. Okay, so I got 2 tags and a -1. So convince. Oh, there we go. I fail miserably.
What did...
Karma for all the times that I was mean, huh?
Look, Jen, this is a crime scene. Can't be this. You better go before anyone else comes. You, miss, put your hands behind your back, please.
Put my hands behind my back.
The cuffs go on. And you're taken off to the side. Oh,
Vivian, don't worry. I'm going to make a call.
It's all right. Everything's gonna be okay.
You can't do that with your hand. They're behind your back.
Yes. That's like, this young officer is probably just overly eager and just doesn't want to listen. Like
Vivian,
this is a crime scene.
As a former cop, don't say anything. Don't talk to them under any circumstances. You're under no obligation to say a word. Don't say a thing. We'll be right there. We're coming to the station, all right? We'll be right behind you.
It's not even going to get to the station. Trust me.
Okay. How hard would it be for me to influence this crowd to overtake the cops?
Very.
At this point, there's I'm making the fire better because you know what? No one here is doing anything that is in any way remotely helpful. We just need to get out of here.
No, to do that, I would want you would need to do a very, very that would be almost like what you did at the opera.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So you need to stop holding back to affect that many people.
Is there one Liver King type guy just here? Some 7 foot tall, 350-pound man of muscle. Can I... Or I'll take a crack addict that just took a dose. One of the two.
No, you've gotten away with quite a lot. There's none of them there.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure what Orville can do here then. Other than maybe reach out to that one cop and go, really? You know what?
You're going to get a big minus for this, though.
Yeah. I think Orville's just going to make the fire better in the cafe and leave through the back. I think you guys are on your own.
Orville encourages the fire. Look, you'll be good. Come on, you can grow. You'll be a good fire. Yes, here's some oil.
If you get high enough, you can even start consuming the plastic around here.
Who's a good fire? Who's a good fire? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
With that, Orville's off. Jen, what are you saying to the police?
I'm saying, officers, I can't exactly tell you what happened. I was just trying to get a beer at this restaurant that serves Indian food and sushi. I don't understand that. And I saw that this car was coming. I ran out, and then it obviously crashed into something. I checked the
There was a bollard that it also hit into.
So that must be it then. It must be the bollard. I don't know. I didn't see that, but I went to check on the guy and he was dead. I found his wallet. His name appears
You touched the body? Jen, for fuck's sake.
I was trying to see if he was still alive. I thought he could still be alive. All right. I didn't know he was dead.
So you take out his wallet. You know, this is why you're not a cop anymore.
There's a lot of reasons why I'm not a cop anymore.
See, officer, this is what I was trying to tell her as well. But
out comes the nightstick. No, sorry.
Look, don't hit her. Look, all right. I got into cop mode for a second, all right. I thought I don't know. You know, old habits die hard, all right. What are you gonna do? Okay.
I should fucking arrest you.
Yeah, but we both know you're not, because you would have done this exactly the same thing anyway. Look, his name was David Union. He appears to be some big shot business guy. Here's his wallet. I'm sorry. I'm going to go. All right? I'm going to go. Good luck with this. Say hi to the boys and girls of the precinct.
He looks at you, then looks at Vivian. You take the mouthy one with you. Fuck. And then does the cuffs.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. We will get out of here, all right?
You owe me one for this, Jen. And if I find out you've had anything to do with it, I swear I will shoot first.
You know what I do. You know where I usually work. Do you think I hang out with these big business finance types?
Hang out with? No. Pretty sure you've done some work for some of them before.
Yeah, but they don't tend to die around me. They tend to pay me, and then I feel really bad about it and drink too much with someone like you. That tends to be how it goes. Anyway, thank you for letting my friend go. We're going to get out of here. Good luck with all of this. Vivian,
the flames start to lick up and the windows crack. People are like, wait a minute, there's a fire? Fuck.
Oh, well, yeah, Vivian, let's go. This is the perfect time for us to go.
Okay.
Orville stops for a moment to light one of the cigarette butts on the flames that are now reaching the kitchen.
While we walk away, do I see the guy that kind of gave Vanessa's chair a kick?
No.
No? Damn.
Vivian, what were you thinking?
I just wanted to make sure that, we checked through everything before they showed up. This is exciting. This is like a real life Agatha Christie book. A driver dead before colliding with a restaurant. I mean, it's incredible. Poison.
Look, here's a little lesson for you. I used to be a cop, all right, so I know better than most. All cops are bastards. All right? There's a reason I'm not a cop anymore, because I'm a bastard, but I'm not that much of a bastard. And these people, if they took you down to the precinct, you wouldn't have gotten out of there without some bruises, all right? I know what holding's like. You don't want that, all right?
Look,
just be careful around cops.
Before any of that would have happened, Davina would have gotten me out. It's perfectly fine. Trust me. Hell, he would have lost his job probably if he touched me even. I'm just saying, this is exciting. This is exactly what Davina asked us to do.
Did Davina tell you about the missing specials?
Yes.
I mean, this has to be related, right?
I felt something when I looked at this guy. He wasn't normal. He wasn't just a citizen.
He was a special.
He was awoken. I could tell. I don't know what his powers were, but he had powers, definitely.
All right. I think we should call everyone. Maybe meet back at my place or something. We think we need to talk about this.
You both get a text from Vanessa at this point that just says he was poisoned before he got in the car.
Yeah, this...
Or was dial up phone just does not...
Sorry?
No.
Okay.
Talking shit.
I'll just say to Vivian. All right, so clearly...
Please call me.
Oh. I guess I call Orville. Is that what you want me to...
There was someone in there that knew what we were doing. And then he hangs up. And then he calls you again. Where are we meeting?
Head to my place.
Okay.
It's reasonably
Fair
close.
enough. I'm well aware.
Of course you are, postman. I'll see you soon.
Yeet.
The rain's falling, all the sirens, cop car sirens are off. The crowd is starting to dissipate. There's blood on the streets, broken bits of wheelchair, broken bits of teeth and ripped clothing. Smoke coming from the car engine. And a dead man lying on the street with poison on his lips. And just off to the side, someone might have heard the shuttering of a camera, the click of photos being taken. And we'll go back up to the Crow. Ah, fuck. Not again. And Banks in the wind. So thank you very much for watching. Remember, Patreon, Discord, YouTube, like, subscribe, all the things. Banana Boom Boom might turn up at some point, just to make sure everyone does what they're told. Thank you very much. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.